Welcome to Can Do Portuguese by PortuguesePod101.com.
Oi, gente! O meu nome é Jade Furuta. Hi, everyone! My name is Jade Furuta. In this lesson, you learn how to introduce yourself in Portuguese.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Portuguese ebook before it's gone.
This is Mark Lee, and he's on a plane to Brazil. Alex Andrade, a passenger sitting next to him, introduces himself by saying, "Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you."
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Listen to the conversation and focus on Mark's response. Note, both Alex and Mark use only their first names. Ready?
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Eu sou Mark. Prazer.
Once more with the English translation.
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you.
Eu sou Mark. Prazer.
I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Mark Lee introduces himself? I'm Mark. Nice to meet you.
Eu sou Mark. Prazer.
Let's start with the expression,
Prazer.
this literally means a pleasure, but it translates as nice to meet you.
Prazer. Prazer.
Both Mark and Alex use
Prazer.
in their introductions. This expression can be used in many contexts and is appropriate for both formal and informal situations. Do you remember how Mark says, "I'm Mark"?
Eu sou Mark.
First is
Eu.
I.
Eu. Eu.
Next is
Sou.
am, as in I am.
Sou. Sou. Sou.
Is from the verb
Ser.
meaning to be.
Ser.
Next is the name,
Mark.
Mark.
Mark. Mark.
Together it's
Eu sou Mark.
I'm Mark.
Eu sou Mark.
The pattern is
Eu sou name.
I'm name.
Eu sou name.
To use this pattern, simply replace the name placeholder with your given name or your given name and surname. Note, it's more common to use only one's given name with this pattern. Imagine you're Karen. In Portuguese,
Karen. Karen. Karen.
say, I'm Karen. Ready?
Eu sou Karen.
I'm Karen.
Eu sou Karen.
In this conversation, Mark and Alex use the expression.
Prazer.
In both cases,
Prazer.
is actually a shortened version of,
Prazer em conhecê-lo.
meaning, it's a pleasure to meet you, when addressing a male listener.
Prazer em conhecê-lo. Lo.
Indicates a singular masculine form. The gender of the person you are addressing determines the final part of this phrase for the extended version. In the conversation, both listeners were male.
In the case you address a female listener, the extended version is prazer em conhecê-la, where lá indicates the singular feminine form. Remember, you can simply say prazer, the shortened form. It's also polite and can be used with anyone. The extended versions are simply for your general awareness.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer. Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Eu sou Mark. Prazer. Eu sou Mark. Prazer.
Eu sou Karen. Prazer. Eu sou Karen. Prazer.
Eu sou Sasha Lee. Eu sou Sasha Lee.
O meu nome é Lilian. O meu nome é Lilian.
Did you notice how the last speaker uses a different pattern?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool, so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
O meu nome é Lilian.
My name is Lillian. Let's start with
Nome.
name.
Nome. Nome.
In Portuguese, all nouns have grammatical gender and are either singular or plural.
Nome.
Is masculine and singular, a fact that determines the form of other words in the sentence. Before this is
O meu.
meaning my,
O meu. Meu
is masculine singular to agree with.
nome.
Before
Meu.
is the article.
O.
Think of it like the in English.
O. O. O.
Is also masculine singular to agree with.
Nome.
Note, in this sentence, the article
O.
does not have a corresponding English translation. In Portuguese, possessive pronouns like
Meu.
my,
Seu.
your, and so forth often pair with an article, like the
O.
in.
O meu.
Together it's
O meu.
my.
O meu.
Altogether,
O meu nome.
my name.
O meu nome.
Next is
É.
as in my name is.
É. É. É.
Is from the verb
Ser.
meaning to be.
Ser.
Together it's
O meu nome é.
my name is.
O meu nome é
Last is the name,
Lilian.
Lillian.
Lilian. Lilian.
Altogether,
O meu nome é Lilian.
my name is Lillian.
O meu nome é Lilian.
This pattern is
O meu nome é name.
My name is name. To use this pattern, simply replace the name placeholder with your given name or given name and surname. Note, this pattern requires a proper noun. Remember this pattern. You will use it later in the lesson. Let's review the new vocabulary.
Oi,
Hi,
oi, oi.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember the short way to say, "Nice to meet you"? Prazer. Prazer. And the Portuguese pronunciation of Mark's name? Marky. Marky. Do you remember how to say I? Eu. Eu. Do you remember how Mark says, "I'm Mark"? Eu sou Mark. Eu sou Mark. And do you remember how Mark says, "I'm Mark. Nice to meet you"?
Eu sou Mark. Prazer.
Eu sou Mark. Prazer. Do you remember how to say hi? Oi. Oi. And the Portuguese pronunciation of Alex's name? Alex. Alex. Do you remember how Alex says, "Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you"?
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer. Do you remember the Portuguese pronunciation of Lilian's name? Lilian. Lilian. And how to say name? Nome. Nome. Do you remember how to say my name? Don't forget the article. O meu nome. O meu nome. Do you remember how to say my name is Lilian? O meu nome é Lilian. O meu nome é Lilian.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Karen.
Karen.
Respond to Alex's self-introduction. Ready?
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Eu sou Karen. Prazer.
Listen again and repeat.
Eu sou Karen. Prazer. Eu sou Karen. Prazer.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Lillian.
Lilian.
Include nice to meet you. Ready?
Oi, eu sou Alex. Prazer.
Eu sou Lilian. Prazer.
Listen again and repeat.
Eu sou Lilian. Prazer. Eu sou Lilian. Prazer.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Jaji.
Jade.
Respond by saying, "My name is Jaji. Nice to meet you." Ready?
O meu nome é Alex. Prazer.
O meu nome é Jade. Prazer.
Listen again and repeat.
O meu nome é Jade. Prazer. O meu nome é Jade. Prazer. In general, Brazilians use only their first names when introducing themselves. However, in a formal situation, such as a business meeting, it may be better to use your full name. For example,
Eu sou Karen Lee.
I'm Karen Lee. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to introduce yourself in Portuguese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.